Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Simon. You're watching Cryptechology. In today's episode, we're going to talk about another new network user to the Helium blockchain, to the Helium ecosystem, to the People's Network. Yes, it is. As you guys are aware of, we are building the IoT network of the future, and I am here to keep you in the know with the Helium ecosystem. Always watching Cryptechology. I just want to say thank you for supporting my channel and thank you for hitting that like button. All right. Welcome back. Welcome back. I hope you enjoyed that beautiful quick message from DogeLord.com. Get your crypto apparel today. Show off your passion for the cryptocurrency community, for the blockchain community, the people of the chain. How are you going to rep your passion if you don't have any crypto gear? So head on over to DogeLord.com and don't forget to search for FutureSELF Custom Crypto Apparel Collection. Okay, so today we're going to talk about this amazing article by McKenna here, and this is just an absolute fantastic use case for the Helium blockchain. This is exactly what I've been preaching about. This is what I've been talking about, providing preventative data solutions, allowing you to have information ahead of time so you can make better decisions about any potential vulnerability or issues, or just having information available to your peace of mind on such important items like certain valuables or packages like Barnacle was doing in my last video. So we are going to go over this article today, and sit back, get yourself a drink, get yourself a snack, and enjoy what's about to come next. So we have our new user here, and this is Invoxia. Protect your valuables. Find and protect your valuables with the launch of Invoxia trackers in the UX. And I'm probably pronouncing that wrong. And if I am completely sorry. However, I'm just going to go with what I think. So give it up for the newest user of the People's Network. Invoxia is an industry leader in Europe that has helped consumers recover thousands of assets. As one of the most successful global companies in the industry, we are excited to announce that they've chosen the People's Network for the United States launch. They were founded in France in 2010, and they developed and commercialized a range of consumer, enterprise, and professional helium-compatible trackers for monitoring cars, motorcycles, people, and other valuable items. So with customers such as BIC, Richmond, Amazon, Visual, and Invoxia supplies thousands of trackers globally. See, these trackers are some of the best selling standalone GPS trackers in Europe and have helped retrieve several thousand stolen vehicles and other items. The one thing about this is one of the first to launch a track on the LTE-M network in the US and Germany within the past 2 years. So look at this collab, look at this partnership, look at this network user. They've decided to go with the People's Network. Yes, it is Helium. All right, we're building the IoT network of the future, and it isn't surprising to see the companies and the intelligent developers and the engineers of today picking the People's Network for their products going into the future. So let's learn a little bit more about Invoxia's history and what they how it all started. So it looks like it was founded by Serge Renouard and Eric Carril on the principle that innovation should be at the very heart of product development. Over its 10-year history, they've been at the forefront of technological trends and has launched new products in a variety of global sectors. In 2017, Invoxia launched the first GPS tracker to operate on the LoRaWAN network in France and across much of Western Europe. The company's Innovation Lab was developed around the same time to create custom hardware sensors that integrate AI into tracking devices for major companies. So, for example, Innovation Lab has collaborated with BIC and um, how you said Verisure to embedded artificial intelligence into an innovative products such as AI-enabled shavers and built-in security systems. So with this new tool, you'll be able to have peace of mind and handle loss prevention. So the Invoxia trackers are used by all sorts of people to protect all sorts of things from everyday items to rare, irreplaceable valuables. Trackers have been used by large enterprises, motorcycle enthusiasts, photographers, electricians, concerned parents, and more. You see, this was used as a designed item with theft and recovery in mind. And it's got a range of intelligent trackers to ensure 24/7 peace of mind and theft prevention. The People's Network enables users to track valuables securely and affordably from anywhere without needing a smartphone nearby using Invoxia's Long-Fi GPS tracker. You see, it is a full complement of intelligent sensors, which means users will receive real-time updates when items are moved, tampered with, or taken outside of designated areas without ever needing an expensive cellular plan or difficult to cancel contract. You know, I was just mapping the other day, and if anyone didn't see, I was did a Twitter live as I went around with my field test device to check for coverage, dead zones, location scouting, and for sensor placement. With my field test device, I'm able to find the RSSI and SNR values, and that will let me know how well my antenna will be able to communicate with either another hotspot antenna or a sensor. And it will allow me to find the dead zones, the areas that the coverage drops, where I won't be able to connect anymore. And that usually is an indication as a perfect location for another hotspot antenna to be placed, or an indication to let me know that, hey, if I were to place sensors around this area, I probably would want to stay away from this radius, this location, or this distance from from the antenna will have issues staying connected. So all of these things from testing out coverage zones is important, and when you have the right tools, you can come up with the best solutions. So moving on as to why, this IoT infrastructure that we're building is important, because while I was actually out testing, there was literally a little chihuahua walking around without a collar. And it was like, oh, wow, holy cow. This is literally why I'm creating coverage in my area, in my development. There are dogs that happen to get out, or from their backyard, or actually out the front door, and it happens often. And we've had some sad cases where the owners weren't able to find the dog. Other people came and took the dog and took him away, for high-end expensive breeds, and then some other really really sad stories where unfortunately they were hit by a car. And it's just like, wow, all of those situations could have been prevented if owners were able to find their pet ahead of time. You see, a lot of times when you have one of those Wi-Fi collars or other third-party devices, I mean, let's be real. Number one, well, if it's a Wi-Fi collar, once they leave the house or their area where the wireless router network coverage is there. Once they leave that zone, well, there's nothing for that device to connect to, and it's not like your dog or your pet will be able to say, "Oh man, I need to connect to a hotspot. Let me stop what I'm doing, take off my collar, and link this up." They're not going to be able to do that. So providing the infrastructure, the network, the IoT network, the people's network, devices will be able to stay connected, and there will be redundancy, and this will allow owners to gather this information right then and there. It also prevents the waiting on the middleman. You have one of those third-party devices, and you need to contact them and say, "Hey, can you send out a ping and let me know where where the sensor is, or where the tracker is?" And so you're just waiting for that phone call. That could be hours or days, and there's so much can happen within that time frame. I remember going through that, and I literally waited for 2 days before they contacted me back with a ping location. And not coincidentally, like the location they gave me was actually not even accurate, because by the time that got to me, my dog had moved from that location. So yeah, no help at all. So this puts data back into the hands of the people, security and safety. All right, so going back to this amazing article. So thanks to LoRaWAN technology, Invoxia's long PHY tracker benefits from up to 6 months of battery life and coverage across the United States and beyond, with the largest contiguous wireless network in the world. Unlike GPS trackers operating on traditional cellular networks, the People's Network provides the basis for low-power, low-cost communications. This allows the Invoxia Long PHY GPS tracker to conserve battery life and avoids expensive service charges, providing customers with an even more affordable way to track. So passing these network savings on to the consumer, Invoxia even includes 3 years of service with the purchase of a new tracker, something unheard of in the industry. So there are 3 real-life use cases when it comes to this. The Invoxia trackers have helped people in unexpected ways and have protected some rather unexpected things. These trackers have helped find lost cows, recover missing parachutes, and even helped solve the mystery of a grave robbery. They have also recovered many vehicles that were most likely either stolen, taken, obviously lost. So after this one individual had a camper van stolen a couple of times, they were able to get the Invoxia GPS tracker. It was stolen again, but this time they were able to recover it right away thanks to the tracker. You see, its positioning was really accurate, so they were able to find the van easily with the police just in an hour after it was stolen, before any damage was done to it. In the parachute example, the parachute had refused to open, a situation that never encountered before. They quickly disconnected the main parachute and activated their reserve chute. They were able to land safely and avoid the tragedy, but their main parachute was lost in the middle of nowhere. Their first reflex when landed was to check that their parachute's location on the Invoxia application. The parachute cost about $3,000, and that's a pretty high-end item. So fortunately, they had equipped their parachute with the Invoxia GPS tracker just 1 week before the incident. So they grabbed their bike, went off to go look for it, and hoped they would find it. But there wasn't disappointed, because this device was able to track its location, and they finally managed to find it. Now, when it comes to vehicles and stolen vehicles, anyone that's ever had a vehicle stolen or high valuable items stolen or lost, they understand, man, it can really be a pain in the butt on trying to retrieve that item, trying to talk with the dealer, manufacturer, and the police, and all of that, and going back and forth, and then insurance. I mean, it really becomes a huge web of communications. But when you have one of these trackers, okay, you can just tell everybody what's going on, because you know what? You're not waiting for that data. You already have that data. You see, you have the preventative data solutions. So now people are coming to you and saying, hey, what's the data say? And you're like, whoa, let me bring it up. And I'm checking the People's Network, and it's telling me bing, bang, boom, it's right here. Let's go, zoom, zoom, zoom. So going to this article here, they had their car stolen overnight, and it was alerted by the app's notifications, which were updating its position every 3 to 10 minutes because the car had left its safe zone. All right, so that is really awesome. They created a zone for that tracker. All right, and so when that device, that tracker, leaves that zone, a notification is sent out to the owner, letting them know that, whoa, this item is no longer in the designated safe zone. You need to be made aware of what's going on. So that is an amazing notification system and an alert system to keep you ahead of the curve. You see, preventative data solutions. So after an hour and a half, the car stopped moving, and they were able to provide the GPS coordinates to the police. Officers went to the location and were able to identify the car parked in a warehouse. They were also able to recover it when they requested the full tracking history from Invoxia to help the investigation. The file was provided in less than 24 hours. Do you hear that? 24 hours. Wow. When my car was stolen, I was literally out of a vehicle for 11 days. And I actually had the Uconnect set up with my car. All right? And I contacted them, and I waited for days for them to actually ping the device and tell me where my car was located. 11 days without a vehicle, and I had a paid subscription. But the biggest problem in that situation right there was, boom, one, I was not in control of my data. I was reliant on another party, and because I was relying on that third party, there could have been multiple variables in place as to why they weren't able to provide that information to me at a faster rate. I mean, hey, I don't know, maybe they did actually get the data, the next day or in 2 days, but for whatever reason, employee A was working that day and working the case, but then went on vacation, and employee B came and was like, I need to work on something else. I don't know what this is. Let me try to catch up. It could be, there's so many different things that could happen. But when you have preventative data solutions, when you have your own data, okay, when you have this information ahead of time, you can be ahead of the curve, and you can protect your valuables and have peace of mind. All right? Peace of mind. So I want to say thank you to Invoxia for this GPS tracker. And if I am pronouncing the name incorrectly, I do sincerely apologize. But welcome to the People's Network. Welcome to the Helium ecosystem. Thank you for providing us with an amazing, amazing, amazing tool for preventative data solutions. I'm Simon. This is Cryptechology. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with others as I help you on your helium journey and keeping you in the know. Well, I'll catch you on the next one, and let's continue building the IoT network of the future.